I'm going to talk about how mixing structure with lack of structure can be a good combination. And first, I'm going to talk about how I found this on a MKBHD podcast episode. Then I'm going to talk about a tweet about Visa, and then I'll go a little bit about it, and then I'll finish the video. So I found Marquez talking about this in this episode on a podcast with Ali Abdal, and he gets asked about his podcast and like its success and stuff like that, and why he thinks it's successful, and he starts saying this.
The podcast allows us to just like sit back with a mic and just talk. And if something interesting happens or some conversation comes up, then it's more casual. And that's a sort of a different way of creating content, but it's actually fun for me to just like think off the top of my head about this new phone.
Yeah, because his rest of his videos, his regular tech videos, are very structured in the sense that they are very processed. They require a lot of planification. You have to set up the studio. The studio sets, his sets are very polished, and you can tell they put like a lot of care and Easter eggs in and stuff like that. And this podcast stuff is in contrast to that, right? It's chill. It's just a talk. The room has little setup. It's just a room where the mics are almost always running. You just have to like turn stuff on, and it's super ready to record. You can just hop in the room, start talking with whoever has the idea, or like the team members, or if they have a guest, and yeah, it's like ready to roll. Very in contrast to that hard setup, but it's structured in the way because they do it like every.
It is probably the most structured, like format-wise, that we have, because it's like literally one upload per week, but that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah, so they do it like once per week or something like that. And well, no, they do it once per week on X day. I think it's Thursday, so something like that. So yeah, it's structured in that sense, but without structure in the other sense. And his main videos are like very structured in the sense that they have a lot of process and care and stuff like that, but they are also unstructured in the sense that the phones come out when they come out, right? You can't really predict tech when they will come out. Sometimes there are cycles like, in around autumn, it's called like Techtober. Usually they call it Techtober because a lot of products come out in October or something like that. But it's not as super scheduled as, for example, they having something weekly every same day of the week. And the other thing I wanted to tie into this was this tweet by Visa, which is like goo for my prickly friends and prickles for my gooey friends, right? So, or as I would like to call it, who is more kiki to my booba friends and more booba to my kiki friends. So this applies to like the structure. It's like I wish more structure to my unstructured friends are more unstructured to my structured friends, right? So that was like the vibe I wanted to communicate with this video, right? Mixing structure with a lack of structure can be a bomb combo, right? It can be like super nice to execute on it, right? And that's really basically it. And that mixing these two things together is nice. This tweet-related thing is more tied into maybe instead of within oneself, more on teams, right? I wish, well, in his sense was more like, yeah, I wish goo for my prickle friends, so I wish structure on my unstructured friends, so they tie shit together. So that is, on an individual sense, but maybe it could also be applied to teams, right? I wish an unstructured girlfriend to my structured square-headed man, and I wish right, or I wish a crazy girlfriend to my super serious man, and I wish some fun-loving party-going boyfriend to my super neat, tidy med school girl, right? So you can pair it up on like teamwork in that sense, or literally, I wish a creative co-founder to my business guy, right? Something like that. It could be tied into a lot of stuff. So, but I liked that structure unstructured part. Kiki booba, goo prickles, call it what you want. Oh, and this video is part of a 100 video series. This is, I think, 11. I don't know. Just click here. 10 or 11. It must be. So click here for the playlist. if you like this thought, maybe you like these other thoughts too. And yeah, see you there.